Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I play a series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. You saw me try the second snap. It wasn't, it was better than the first one, but it was still a little bit disappointing. It's one of those things where, there's an art to doing a snap, and it's not all completely within your control, it's the amount of friction, the gunk on your hands and stuff. It's a whole thing, man. My hands are relatively clean at the moment, and I think that kind of worked against it. Yeah. Anyway, folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck, I'm wearing grody work clothes. That means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is not even vaguely the case today. I actually got this particular item from a Mexican supermarket maybe 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. Though to be fair, I was technically after work, so I guess technically that makes, kind of grandfathers itself in. But yeah, so I went over there. I'm fortunate enough, I have a lot of really good supermarkets where I live, and I love stopping in at ethnic marts and stuff, because not only does it just cool to do for my show, it gives me stuff to review, but on top of that, you just find neat stuff. And I went over there and I was looking around and I found something. So what is it? What am I reviewing for you? Boom! It's Doritos DIABLO. Well, with the devil and such. So yes, okay. So yeah, they're Mexican Doritos. I don't know if these are supposed to correlate to a specific flavor that we have here in America or how it goes. But I'm about to find out. So let's give it a go. And I mention this because I mention it whenever I review chip stuff. Here's the bag. You can see it. It's about the same size as my big ass head. Take it, break it down. Not as bad as some chips, to be fair. I'm almost willing to give it to these, but that is still a lot of air that you're buying. That is still... But anyway. Diablo Dorito. Diablo Dorito. That's oh man. There you go. That's a name for a band, Diablo Doritos. I think they've got a chili lemon thing going on. Because I'm getting there's definitely a chili flavor. And then you get sort of a tanginess afterwards. Huh. I wonder if they're just chili lemon flavor, maybe. They're extremely flavorful. These might be the most flavorful Doritos I've ever had. I have to admit, I was expecting them to be spicier. Typically, when you go over there and you invoke the name of, fucking goddamn Satan of all things, you'd think all right, it's gonna be some real serious heat. Not really. Lots of flavor. Not much heat. Maybe a little tingle on the tongue. That's about it. They're good. I like them, I think. I am kind of going with again, sort of a chili lemon kind of thing. Because it's definitely got a lot of flavor. But it almost reminds me a little bit of Takis. Which, I've reviewed a couple Takis things in the years that I've done this show. Go look those up. thing with like Takis is like, I like Takis to an extent, but they're not a go-to snack for me because they're like so punchy with flavor. It's just a little bit too much for me. These kind of feel like the Dorito equivalent. Like they were trying to match up against Takis. They're like, what if we shoved as much flavor as possible? Only thing is, if it is like a chili lime thing, I'm surprised they didn't just call it that because like that's like a real common flavor combination. Especially like in Mexican stuff. Like, you know, that's one of their go-to things. You can get all kinds of chips and chili lime in. It's not, for me personally, my favorite go-to combination. I still remember when it first like became a thing here in the United States, when I started seeing it more on the regular. And it was actually when I was working my gas station job, and we started getting in some chips that were, you know, chili lime in flavor. And I was like, oh shit, okay, cool, I'm down with this. Let's try new stuff. And yeah, man, it wasn't quite my jam. I'm like, because like sometimes you'll get, you know, like a wedge of lime or something like that, like with Mexican food. And I'm not, you know, I don't know, man. I love like lots of flavor and stuff, but I feel like, you know, usually the seasoning that they use is just, you know, it just works perfectly fine as is. I don't feel like the lime really helps. But that's just me personally. And to be fair, you know, when done in the right way, kind of like the you know, sort of proper proportions, I can be down with it. Like with these. They're so punchy with the flavor. And again, there's definitely like a tanginess to it. I think I like them overall. I can appreciate it really does kind of fall in the same category as like Takis. Where it's like, yeah, Takis are okay. But again, they're not a go-to for me. Because they're just too punchy. Like I said earlier. And with these, it's definitely the same kind of thing. Like, I like them. I will definitely eat the rest of the bag. But, you know, would these be like a go-to Dorito flavor for me? No. For one, again, that chili lime aspect. Although in this, it actually kind of works pretty well. It's not like abrasive to me the way some of the other ones are. But it's just a bit much. You know, these would be good for sharing. Like, these would be good to share with, like, friends and stuff like that. Because they're so punchy. But they are good. Like, and they're interesting. I was worried, again, that, you know, it was just going to be, like, some Dorito that we already have here. I've never personally tasted this in Dorito format. I would imagine there's probably been chili lime and Doritos. I don't know if these are exactly that, or if it's, you know, this is their own thing. I will say again, I'm disappointed at the heat, man. You got the things that are on fire. I really was expecting some proper heat. In fact, I kind of thought in eating it, we definitely have had chili lime and Doritos. I know, because I've seen the damn things. I kind of thought maybe it would be like the Doritos roulette chips. And I kind of was like hoping like maybe each chip is like that, you know, like that level of heat. But no, the heat's pretty mild. Very flavorful though. 2 questions I would be asked though. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? Sometimes and kind of. I could see getting these every now and again. Not with any super regularity like I was saying. There's just a lot of other flavors of Doritos. I love Doritos. There's a lot of other flavors I would go to before these. Just because they're a little bit more subdued. You know, as much as I like a nice cranked up flavor, you know, everything in moderation. These kind of stretch that moderation factor a little bit. But they are good. So it's like one of those things where I know I'll probably want them again at some point. If I'm recommending them to other people, I mean, provided you can find them, I would say give them a shot. You know, again, there's kind of a chili lime aspect. They're not hot. So don't worry about that. That, again, is really my biggest point of contention. But they're really flavorful, and, like, I could see people being down with this. I think if you're already somebody who enjoys kind of that type of snack anyway, again, like your Takis and stuff like that are really bold in flavor, I think these are kind of like a nice accompaniment to that. So, anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly muerte, Diablo rest of your life. Yeah. I didn't even play the Diablo video games. I almost did, but I was never into PC gaming. Still not really that into PC gaming. I'm not into PC gaming. I was always a console guy. But then, like, my friends and stuff would go over there, they'd have StarCraft and Diablo and stuff. I got into StarCraft a little bit. The Diablo stuff, I came close, because, it seemed really cool. I even owned one of the books, one of the novelizations, and that actually was a really good book. I just never quite got into it, Just wasn't a thing. I just had other shit that I was playing, so. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. I mean, as much as I wish shit was just, easy and simple all the time, it's just not. And I mean, and to be fair, sometimes things shouldn't be easy and simple. There are things in life where I feel like, it's worth putting in the extra effort. I really do. And that's one of those things, I'm not even trying to be, old guy, these kids today. It's no. That's every generation, okay? Every generation has its own struggles, its own things that it has to go through. And yeah, certain things are easier, certain things are harder. Yeah, but we're supposed to make things easier, man. That's how society progresses. But anyway, it's important when we deal with things in our lives that are stressful, frustrating, etc. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, the time I'm doing this, it won't be up by now, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I'll post it up earlier. But at the time I'm doing this, we're days away from Thanksgiving 2023. The forgotten holiday, if we're honest. It falls firmly in between Halloween and Christmas, and it's kind of just been squished. And I feel that's unfortunate. I think it's still it's a fucking holiday about food, man. I know it's supposed to be about thankful and blah, 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 blah. We know it's about food. But hopefully, whether I get this up beforehand or afterwards, I hope that you have a wonderful holiday and all that good stuff. Whether you're sharing it with people you love or whether you're just doing your own thing, because that's perfectly okay, too. Don't ever let people go over there and, try to shame you into, if you just want to do your own thing. I deal with that sometimes in life where it's I'll go to a movie by myself. Why? Because I'm fucking 37 years old and, my friends have shit that they're doing and sometimes they don't want to see the same movie I do. I'm not going to not see the movie. I'm just going to go do it my own damn self. Or going to concerts. I usually go to concerts by myself. Because, again, my friends are fucking in their late 30s and they got kids and lives and shit. Not going to stop me from enjoying myself. You shouldn't let it stop you from enjoying yourself. So, but hopefully it's a great time for you and all that good stuff. So, eat some good food. See some people that, maybe you kind of like. I like my family and everything. Plus, I usually go see my friends for Thanksgiving. But anyway, bye.